That was it.
That was it. Haha. Um, how you
Are you
enjoying it right
Seki?
now,
Haha. I'm enjoying it way better than One Piece. I'll tell you that much.
bro? I didn't even ask all that.
You asked me how I was enjoying it, so I
I
told.
didn't say how you enjoying it compared to One Piece. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Herbal Synergies, the shop. I'm your host Sinji. With me, as always, my co-host Bay.
What up?
What's up, Irby? How you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's a nice day out.
Swell.
Yes, well.
Oh god. Do you got a flavor this week, Irby?
Yeah, I got one. I'm going to stick with a recurring theme, and that is that time.
Slime.
Yes, and another female character empowerment going on here. I'm gonna go the moment. Well, the whole episode was just
Great.
exquisite.
Yeah, that was a
Yes,
great episode.
yeah. But I did like how Shion cut all of Clayman's limbs off. That was one, and then I like the other part where she was like, he tied her up with the marionette string, and she was like, "Oh, is this supposed to do something? Like, am I supposed to wait for this to kick in?" And she just goes and breaks out all that too. So I was like, "Huh." So
Yeah, I feel like Clayman was never above Imagine.
yeah,
Actually, I don't need to feel like it. They exposed that later on.
yeah, they did. Uh, so I was like, man, but she was, yeah, she gets my flavor of the week.
My flavor this week is coming out of Solo Leveling, and it is Sung Jin Woo's commanders, top commanders, going against each other, and it cuts off at a very, very key moment, and you don't know who takes the cake. I have a feeling it's not the one everyone's gonna want it to be, but you never know. I'll find out in about Wednesday.
And about
In
Wednesday.
about Wednesday.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
About
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh. Huh? They'll be here before you know it.
Okay. That time I was reincarnated slime. Let's just kick it off with that. We already brought it up in the flavor. That was a great episode.
Yes, it was.
I feel
And
like the episode coming out Tuesday or Wednesday is not gonna be as lit as this episode. I feel like Rimuru is gonna actually dispose of Clayman fairly quickly.
I'm not too sure about that, but I feel like whatever he has planned is to release the souls of those that were trapped and maybe get them back. I'm not sure. I don't know,
Hmm.
but yeah. Well, I'll do a little recap. Episode 47, returning from the brink. My main man Valdora shows up, and the whole reason why he shows up is because he couldn't wait to know the next part of the novel. Kind of like how you can't wait to read or watch stuff. He's like, it's killing me. I gotta know.
Bro,
So,
fuck that. Let's go on to the fight.
nah, man, you gotta recap.
No, fuck that.
You,
Let's go to the militant fight.
no, there's other stuff that you gotta let the people know about.
Nah,
So,
Veldora was the second highlight of this episode, bro.
yeah, but okay, let me do the recap, and then your impatient self can get there.
Come on, hurry up.
So, so he couldn't wait to read it, and then we find that Milium is Valdora's oldest brother's only child.
Oh, we knew that already.
Did we? I didn't know that.
Oh, I knew that from the Veldora's diaries.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, he comes in and Veldora is just like Rimuru, and he stops talking, and then Rimuru runs off. So that happens, and then Rimuru undoes the curse on the nine head
Oh, it's so
fox.
cute.
It is, She was like, "Help me!" So he undoes the curse.
And then Ranga's jealous ass.
Yeah, and then Beretta dismantled whatever the doll was, and now you can get into the fight with Valdora using Hadoukens.
Yo, Hadokens, fucking Shoryukens. What I wrote it down. He used a Tatsumaki Senpukuyaku.
Yeah,
Bruh, Velder used the Kamehameha wave.
yeah, he did.
This man was just having the time of his life, bro.
Yeah, and then what got me is when his hair turned yellow, and I was like, and it went up like Gohan's. I was like, man, this man really broke out the Kamehameha wave. So it's pretty good. And then so this is where my flavor starts, where they stop everyone from fighting. So only left is I think it's Clayman and Malim, and this is when Clayman did his first attack, where he did the straw or or what he the strings. He
Straw
pulled
Dolls.
a yeah
The
he pulled a what's that guy's name, Doflamingo, with the puppet strings, and and Shion was like, "Oh, what is this? Should I get more time?" And he breaks out, and she starts messing him up. And then this is when Valdora does the Kamehameha wave,
it's great.
and and then this is where everything starts to unfold. You find that Lord Carrion was there in disguise, and you find out the Lady Frey wasn't on actually on Clayman's team. And Malim, this is the part where I kind of did some research last week, and Malim, she wasn't actually mind controlled. She just was pretending because she knew someone else was in charge of Clayman. She kind of wanted to get to the bottom of it,
That
which,
is a very intellectual side you would have never guessed Milliam had.
yeah. So, so it was one of those. I was like, oh, that's why Raphael earlier was like, like she was exasperated because you didn't let her finish her statement, like she wasn't being mind controlled. So my research led me the gauntlets. Rimuru gave them to her, and they only like reduce her power by like 10%. So it and she can't be mind controlled anyway. That was one of her other things. So it was very eye opening with stuff. So that happens. But that fight when Shion cuts all his limbs off, and
Effortless.
then it's
She
like
was
she's
toying
like,
with him.
yeah, he came through, and then she just was like, and then dropped him down. So, but yeah, Maline's a great actor, and then
Evidently, she is.
yeah, like they were like, oh,
And she let nigga hit her.
yeah, it's like you got mad because she didn't. I was like, oh man, she didn't get mad when she got hit and being mistreated. And then Frey was like, you kind of worried me because I thought that you might have been, but you weren't. And she's like, ha ha ha, I'm so great. Huh. And just so this Rimu tells Carrion that he would like to help rebuild the city, and they took some money from Clayman stuff to rebuild stuff.
And then Carrion's just like, wait, so you chose to destroy my entire nation?
Yeah. And she's like, oh, that was part of the act. She was like, the missteps and yeah, everything was always under control and da da da. He was like, she was like, I must be really weak then. And it's like, yeah, you are, buddy.
Damn.
You're weak. So then we find that Clayman was actually part of the Harley Quinn alliance, and he was the weakest one of the alliance. So I told him not to act. And then Raphael, I'm not sure. This part was kind of confusing because does Clayman has his own Raphael?
I
Because
think
it was like, oh, something activates and it activates.
that part confused me too a little bit, but I think it was more so like after he did that, Rimuru said, "This is all according to plan. Like we needed this to happen to do blah blah blah." So maybe he has an ability to do that, but like it requires the other person's permission. So Raphael was asking him, but like he thought it was like a sign that he would get stronger, and it was really like, hey, we just need you. I don't know. That's my theory.
Yeah, I'm not sure because it's a great being. So yeah, so that happens, and he gets a major power up, and then Raphael had planned for all of this. So
I mean, I feel like Raphael could be playing pulling Remu's leg and just playing as if it knew when it might have not known all along. It's like, oh, that makes sense. I'm just gonna pretend I knew.
I mean, she isn't like omnipotent being,
Mm-hmm.
so there might be few things she doesn't know. Like she's able to analyze stuff and look at it, and she's like, "Oh, well, this, and this. You should use this to counter it." So I
Yeah,
would
like
say,
Veldora knew.
yeah,
How he knew, I don't know, but like he knew.
he could tell just by looking at her.
Evidently.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
I kind of want that outfit Rimuru is wearing.
then buy it.
Nah.
You could cosplay it.
I could buy a blue wig.
Yeah, yeah, you could do it.
So, next episode, Rimuru versus Clayman, Awakened. How do you think it's gonna go? I think it's gonna be a quick match.
Um, I'm not sure that power up the different souls. I think the fight's gonna at least be about maybe 7 minutes worth of action and talking the dialogue, and then the rest of the episode is going to be Rimuru taking steps to repair either Clayman and find out who actually put him up to this and what's going on, and they're going to flash back to um, Shizu's student and get a whole explanation out of him as to why what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Rimuru already suspects him. Um, but considering how easily Shion disposed of Clayman in what he thought was his strongest form, I just don't think Rimuru is gonna take too much time on him. But
It, he
Rimuru can be a show off.
it might take time because depending on what he's trying to do, if he's trying to like save souls or if he's trying to get to the bottom of stuff, or like, you know how you fight and draw out information,
Mm-hmm.
that could happen. Or he could try to find out his attacks and go that route. But it's one of those.
Okay,
So
okay. So, you reading anything? Read anything good in Tower of God? Got anywhere good?
oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff in Tower of God.
Okay, so while you're bringing that up, I shall mention. I don't know if I brought this up already, but I did start reading Shaman King. I think that's a Netflix series,
Oh, I don't
and
know.
and what kind of gets me upset about these books already is the books are made 3 volumes in one, so the book is big as hell, man. Like
Hmm.
holding it is really awkward. It seems all right. I, I heard the show is really good. So I thought the manga would be really good, but like I have to watch the first episode and see if my opinion of the anime is different from the manga because like I'm not. I read it like a couple weeks ago and I haven't been in a rush to read the next chapter. You know what I mean?
I watched a TV show when I was younger, so
Oh, Shaman King.
yeah.
I
One
think
that's out is a reboot,
yeah,
and so I have to go back and look at it. But I used to be like, let me get my Furyoku and grab the stick and make it into a sword. So,
yeah. I
but
might check out the anime. The anime might I might enjoy the anime. Oh, maybe I have the original manga. Maybe not.
I couldn't tell you.
Nah,
I'm
cause
not
yeah,
sure.
no, I don't have the original one. It should be the reboot one because this store at the mall near me sells mangas and they have like the next 3 volumes that I don't have.
Yeah, but Anyhow, you want me to talk about Tower of God?
TOG baby.
Yeah, so we're getting to the point where Boro asks Horiyan where she met Fug before, or where no, Horiyan asks Boro where he met Fug before, and Boro tells her that he met them on the train in his first encounter, and his first encounter with Fug was with a Slayer nominee, and that Slayer nominee like slaughtered the whole train except for like four people. Well, five, but one of them later on died later. Then he said he left something on the train,
Japanese voice.
and then the train path. The way he was talking, it was like it's going to become Revolution Road, and the people blocked the door, and to to get up and down in the arena area, and they're doing that to eliminate more people before the arena starts. And then Rand comes up and knocks the guy out guarding at the door. And so then we find out that it's going to be a tournament of teams, and there's 8 teams in there. And Beta wants to fight Bam, the completed one, again later on down the road. The guy at the door told him to give up because of Yuriha's true identity. And then they start explaining the tournament, and the cost of the tournament is 1 ticket per person, and winning team gets the deposited tickets. So the way it worked was you can enter in 1 ticket per person for whatever game mode it was. And I did pick this up that on the ticket it says the Revolution Road. So I was like, oh, okay. So is this what the Slayer nominee was talking about? And so Bam's team participates in the crazy Curse Yellow Ball, I think. And then this is where the bombshell happens. Yuriha knows Bam is Juvio Grace. So they start explaining the objective of the game. You have to get the ball to the goalpost of the other team to win. It's kind of like rugby. Then Rand confronts Haryan, and they start talking about stuff. And then the game starts, and Bam uses reverse flow control. And then Yuriha says she's helping Fug, and she made this. Now this part, I was like, damn, my guy, you just smitten over Rachel. You just care so much about her. So
He doesn't know how to feel.
yeah. So what happens is she makes a deal. And was like, oh, if you get past me, I'll give information on Rachel, and if you don't get past me, you have to give me some tickets. And then so it happens. Bam doesn't get past her, so she owes him a ticket, and and then they go to the next chapter. Mr. Aka, they find him, and he's huge,
Sir
and
Aka
yeah,
and Blue Lizardman.
yes, yeah. And then Yuriha, they do a flashback with Yuriha. She talks about something she wants, and then Emily connects her with Rachel, and then Yuriha breaks Bam's control, and then
Wait,
passes.
what's blue hair girl's actual name? Because Yuriha is the princess.
Oh, it's something. I look it up. She's from the Ha family.
She is
That's
from
what
the
the
Ha
guy said.
family.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. You could look it up while I
yeah. Go
keep doing
ahead.
some
I'll look it up.
spiels. So they get connected. She breaks Bam control, passes the ball to a teammate, and then she does another trap again. And Bam's like, "You got to trust me one more time. I'll get past her." And that he will finish the game. And then Bam, I don't know what happened, but Bam had the ball for like 10 seconds, and then he like stopped time on it, and he figures out like her secret that it's the bag that does it. and Hannah Yu gets the ball thrown to her from the blue haired woman, and it like basically burns her heads. And, and Burrow calls him an idiot for getting provoked by the lady, and then Bam uses the exploding ball on the bag to get through. So this is also where you see some of Bam's growth, where he borrowed from the thorn. I guess they switched from the needle to the thorn. It upgraded, evolved into a new Pokemon to defeat the blue hair lady.
That's why it's a little confusing. Her name is Yura.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that was Yuri.
Yuri is the princess, and then she is Yura.
Yeah. Okay. So I was saying it right. So so Rand goes to talk to Mitsur Akia.
Akia.
Yeah, IKEA. So so you find out the moment that she got blown away. She lost her power because of the bag, and the bag has the power of sensory resistance skill, and then it's made for blocking the reverse control flow. And then Rack, I did find this interesting. Rack points out that the bag is something similar to the blue haired turtle.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go back to another flashback, and Yura Ha says she doesn't need fans, fame, clothes, or money. And Emily knows what she wants, and it's on the train, and she will guide her to the train. So her bag was higher than a seed level item, so it's a pretty strong bag. Got nothing on Gucci or Prada, but it's a pretty strong bag. But the bag blocks enemy sentry control. And then Uraha announces that this whole thing's a daggone trap. And then Rand talks some smack to Acker Williams. Then he get his ticket snatched. so that's where I was at for that chapter.
Shit's getting spicy.
It is. And then Rachel's group goes to attack the gatekeeper, and a fight ensues. Physical attacks won't work on the Miritok Guardian, and we find that Daniel Hatchild, his ability kind of, it's like 90, he kills people and then he uses their energy or something. It's weird. Don't know. Don't explain it later. So what I did find weird was that he uses like 94 people's worth of power to attack. But this guy had the remote the whole time that he got from a captain of the train that was his buddy. And so he just deactivates him. He just wanted to show off or test power or something. Something crazy.
I like him. I like him as a character.
Egotistical people. You would like him as a character.
Well, he's got to grow on you. You'll see. You'll see
He
later on.
he reminds me of Monkey D. Luffy.
You no wait. You have to understand why
Nah, I'm kidding.
he's in his position.
I'm kidding.
Well, we're defending him as if he's better than Luffy.
No, I'm kidding. But the plan all along was still the actual train. Uriha tells them the plan. The bag is the key to her plan to escape from the floor. Rand gets knocked to the stage with his opponent, and they want to start the next match. And then Boro tells him to stop because of the trap. And during all of this, Uraha, she gets in the bag and she teleports. And she gonna do this once a day, but if she had a bag at another predetermined location, she can teleport to it.
Now, the question I don't
So
think was ever answered about this bag for me was, can she just create another bag, or does she have to retrieve the bag she left in the game? Like, I don't understand.
she I don't know. I think it's probably one of those ones where she takes it and creates it.
And then the other previous one just disappears or something.
Or it just ceases to function or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. They'll tell you something later on. And then Suhu Rabbit, Earwoman, and Beta entered the control room and it confirmed that the train. They're about to steal the train, and Horiyun leads the way. And the first gate to the Hell train is starting. Is the stairs, and they reach the little helix. Yeah, so then they decide to split into two teams to not make it obvious as to what's happening. And this is where Boro and Aka starts talking about the incidents, and we find out Aka is looking for her. I don't know who her is. Then, but yeah, the whole past is mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
And Beta transverses the maze and gets into the elevator. He beats whoever's guarding it, and then he finds out that the elevator buttons are all broke because of Uraha. She was a smart little cookie.
She is blue haired bitch.
Dang, why you hate my girl?
So I don't know why she. Listen. You'll see. Carry on.
That was it.
That was it. Haha. Um, how you
Are you
enjoying it right now,
sucky? Haha. I'm enjoying it way better than One Piece. I'll tell you that much.
bro? I didn't even ask all that.
You asked me how I was enjoying it, so
I didn't say how you enjoying it compared to One Piece. I
well,
just
I'll
asked
just
how
let you
you.
know
Jeez.
how I was enjoying it.
My man, stay coming from it. You know what's fucked up, guys? You know what's real fucked up? He talks all this shit, but then sends me a link to devil fruits, and my dumbass bought 16 devil fruits.
Well, one, because I know you enjoy it, so that's why I sent it. I ain't make you buy it though.
Thankfully, they're not that big. They're like maybe 5 inches.
That's how big the devil fruits are. Did you eat one yet?
No, I didn't get them.
Oh, dang.
I did do express shipping though.
Wow.
Well,
Express
it's
shipping.
from like Japan, so like if I do regular shipping, who knows how long it'll take to get here?
2-3 months.
Exactly. So, before we
You
move
could have
on,
waited for
Irby,
that.
I am currently fucking planes. I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm gonna say what I say, and then I'm gonna mute myself until the plane goes away. But Irby, I'm currently in the Retrieve Sasuke mission arc of Naruto. Guys, I'm rewatching Naruto on my spare time. Other than Naruto versus Sasuke, who do you feel had the best fight out of the other Genin?
With Choji and them, I don't think Choji's fight wasn't good. I think the only other one that I would say would be that didn't require outside help was Neji's fight because he solved that by himself. And Choji's fight was just basically strength on strength. Neji's had a little bit more cunning and a little bit more analytical fighting strength. Shikamaru was a good one, but in the end, he couldn't beat her. She was too overpowered. But that still kind of set up I guess, the stage for them to be saved. Kiba, that one was weak sauce. And then Rock Lee had a good one with Kimimaru. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Neji. Show my Hyuga clan some love.
I think I agree with that. I think in this particular order, Neji, Choji, Shikumaru. No. Neji, Choji, Lee, Shikamaru, and then Kiba.
Yeah, I think I would do Neji, Shikamaru, Choji, and then Kiba. Well, lead. I would do lead probably third or fourth. It doesn't matter. You throw them in there, but Kiba's last.
Yeah, Kiba's definitely last. Yeah, unfortunately, Kiba didn't do much but like damn near kill himself.
Yeah, and Akamaru got beat up, and he was pretty much floating down river for like 20 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, so yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna say 20. I'm gonna say like 5.
It was just one. It was one episode.
Oh my bad. I'm
All fights
confused
are
that with
like one
something
or two
else. Yeah,
episodes.
I'm confused that with One Piece. My bad.
Wow. What in One Piece?
Shoot, because One Piece fights go about 20 episodes. Talking about from the wind up to the first punch.
Got a lot of planes in the area today.
Hey, you're popular.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, anyhow, but yeah, that's
Tokyo
my
Revengers. Shall we talk about Tokyo Revengers?
yeah. We
Okay.
can.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know why I'm so excited to talk about Tokyo. It was a filler episode anyway.
It sure was. I felt like that. I was like, oh, this is filler.
It was 100% filler. It was nothing. Um, Basically, the whole episode they were leading up to this big meeting that was really important for Takamichi. And in the course of getting there, um, Draken invited Takamichi to his house, where Takamichi learns that Draken lives in a brothel. And this guy went to the bathroom who had an appointment. So when Homegirl came through and saw Takamichi, she thought that Takamichi was her appointment. And then, she was about to get in that bath all naked. And Draken's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's with you, Kenshin? The lobby is not a living room, blah, blah, blah. Ugh. And do this. So, like, they all ask Draken to do chores around the house. And Takamichi gets to see Draken's apartment. And then, like, he notices the pictures. And then he's like, those are everyone who's important to me. So, thank you for stopping Mikey. And then Mitsuya, remembered his name. It's because I've seen him a lot on TikToks and whatever on Instagram. Mitsuya handmade Takamichi's Toman jacket, which, yeah, doesn't really suit Takamichi, but he did look good in it.
Yeah. You kind of
That, yes, yes, I know.
yeah.
Just
I'd say
give me a minute.
I did like how Takamichi thought this whole Draken was like, oh, I'm setting you up with this so you can be a man and show thanks and gratitude. That's what he thought the escort was for. But but yeah,
So,
you gonna talk about their
yep,
date?
yep.
Yeah, you
So
talk about out
Takamichi
of
sees
order.
Mikey with what's her name? Emma. Emma's yeah, Emma. Who Draken had a picture of, so he knew that Draken was she was important to Draken. And Takamichi saw Emma really close with Mikey, and then Hina gets in the picture and is like, "That's really weird. Emma only has the hots for Draken. We have to investigate." And then so it's Takamichi, Hina, and then Naoto all spying on Mikey and Emma, and Hina comes to the conclusion that they're dating. They need to be confronted, and
And
which one of his friends shows up?
Yagamishi, I think.
Yakamishi shows up, and he's like, "Kind of think of it, I've seen her leave out of Mikey's house in the morning and go there at night. So she must be spending the night there." And they're convinced that she's cheating on Draken with Mikey. And then Draken, he shows up all pissed. Why? I don't know. He just hears his name. It's like, what about me? And he just looks like he's ready to fuck somebody. And approaches the table, and turns out Emma is Mikey's sister, who
Yeah.
we've never heard about.
I mean, we knew of Emma, we just didn't know their relation. So it's like they have different moms. So I feel like maybe the whole connection with Emma and Takamichi was before. It was like they were just she's trying to get out of rise out of them because I feel like Draken might look at her as like a
A
little
sister.
sister
Mm-hmm.
versus a love interest. So
That's quite the rise you're trying to get out of someone. They're really young.
yeah, which I also had some other questions I was thinking about at this moment too was you, well he gave her a stuffed animal and then Mitsuya is the president of the sewing club and it's like these kids are like so normal and so nice and gentle and stuff. And how do you go to well in the future where they're basically using car bombs to blow up stuff? Like the whole premise of the gang was to protect Katatoro from the black dragons or something,
Mm-hmm.
or
But
wherever they
it's not
were.
the original members that are corrupt. It's the members that get added later on.
Well, even if they do get added, it's like their whole premise should still be this is what we are, and like if they didn't like those members, you get rid of those members.
Well, because remember, in the future that we're originally trying to prevent, Kisaki is the leader of Toman, I believe.
Yeah. Uh, well, well, it was, yeah, it was weird because it was supposed to be Mikey, but then
Yeah.
after the battle, Mikey he rules Valhalla, and then
Y-
now,
your principles in a group is whatever your leader's principles are. So like
yeah,
all the followers in the of Toman in the future are, they're in it for a Kasaki mindset future, and uh, fuck, what the hell is his name? The guy with the sin in the shit in his hand, Hinama? No,
Hanma,
Hanma. Hanma seems like a top dog. I don't know what organization he's part of, but he seems like a top dog in the future.
yeah.
But the at least we haven't seen Mitsuya's or the other guys' mindsets for um, delinquents, but as far
I
as
mean,
Mikey,
if you're sewing, then how bad could you be?
right, right. As far as Mikey and Draken are concerned, though, they're like they have this respectful view as of delinquents on how they believe delinquents should behave, and that's what they like hold to.
Yeah, but yeah, then I also did have another thought. Like, how long did it take Kisaki to realize that Takamichi was the one that always knew his plans and always affected the outcomes? Because Mitsuya, he said, "Oh, this is for saving Draken the one time, and then this is for your role in the bloody Halloween or whatever." So it's like I kind of thought it was foreshadowing because
I don't.
Mitsuya was like, "Oh, you stopped this and you stopped that." So I'm wondering in the future, like what episodes will we see that Kisaki's like, "Oh, this guy's the danger. We need to get this guy out of here."
I don't know, man, because a lot of people in the future have like hinted at them knowing that he can do this. Because like Akon, both times he killed himself, it's like protect us, crybaby hero. And it's just like, well, if you knew he could do it, why the fuck are you killing yourself? I don't get it. I don't understand. Akon came to that conclusion. Remember, we talked about it a completely fucking crazy way, even though it was still correct.
Yeah,
But Hanma also seems like he knows something because he meant to kill Takemichi and Hina at the same time. Mind you, that was the first time they met up in forever. Why are you
I
still
think
trying to kill them both?
I think he I think she was well, yeah, I think she might have always been collateral damage
Yeah, I mean, I know. I think she was targeted this time.
because he was
I
like,
think someone
"Oh,
knows something.
yeah, someone knows something," but
All right. Here's what I think. I think Kasaki can also go back in time.
um maybe he just has hindsight 2020, but
40
I,
40.
yeah, I'm not sure he can go back in time because if he did, everything that Takamichi's done, he would have undone, or he would stop Takamichi going back in time the first time.
But think about it. Think about it. Think about it. But he probably doesn't know. He probably doesn't. They like if he did, if he could go, Takamichi doesn't know that, and Kisaki probably doesn't know that Takamichi can do it. The only and think about it. Takamichi isn't the only one who like knows what the original path is. So does Naoto because like he's kind of linked to the power. But spoiler, anyone listening, fast forward the next 20 seconds or so. Pete mentioned that Takamichi has another way of time traveling. So if he didn't actually need Naruto from the get go to activate this power, there then Naruto isn't contingent of the power working. Why does he also retain his memory? You know what I mean? So like, I feel like multiple people could be, you know, somehow maybe Kisaki can't go to the past, but maybe he can retain the memory, which wouldn't really help in the future, I guess. But that's why they tried to kill him in the future.
What if he can only jump to the future?
Kisaki?
Yeah. What if he can only be like, oh, well, I need to do this and this happened so I could do that? What if he's like foresight 2020? Who knows?
I don't know, man. I feel like someone's got something going on.
Yeah. So, yeah, those are my thoughts.
But at the very end of the episode, Mikey comes out with what's
Hanma.
and Chifu. I like Chifu.
Yeah.
And they say the beef is over, and then that's where we end the episode, and it was kind of confusing.
I think they said they were going to settle it.
Oh, they
So
are gonna settle it right here, right now.
so I don't know if they're fighting.
On fire right here, right now.
Yeah.
Leader versus leader. You think that's what we're going for?
Might be Chifuyu versus Hanma.
I don't think Chifu can handle that.
He might want to do it for Baji. I don't know. Who knows? We'll learn more next week.
You mean tomorrow?
Like I said, I'll learn more next week.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah. So that was that. I think all that's left is some Jujutsu
Jujutsu
Kaisen.
Kaisen.
So yeah. So this chapter starts off with Yuji clapping to attract some curses, and then Chozo kills the curses, and Choso is impressed by Yuji's growth and his fluid control of curse energy and his physical strength, and then he calls him a demon god.
Mm-hmm. Which built up so much hype for like him getting destroyed later on.
Yeah. So then,
Yuji kind of reminds me of Tanjiro. Like he keeps showing all this promise to be like a really strong character, but he also keeps getting his ass trashed.
yeah. So then, Naoyo Zenin shows up and starts a fight. Let's see. He starts a fight with them, and Yuta Okatsuyu shows up, and they fight. And my man Yuji uses a car and like throws at him, and he like dodges. They run away, and Yuji also finds that Yuta has more curse energy than Gojo, but Gojo's six eyes prevents him from losing his curse energy. So it's an infinitesimally small loss of energy for Gojo. But Yuta's moves are difficult to read because he's so like fluid because he's an elite curse energy user, and like curse energy just flows over his body except for when he wants to attack. So that that point goes there. But I want to go back to Naoyo Zenin. Like his abilities revealed later, but he's like super fast.
Mm-hmm.
So so then the fight
What
continues.
wasn't there someone with similar abilities to his?
Yeah, he got destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the other guy from the Zenin family.
Oh, they shared the same ability.
They did. I think his ability may have been had faster, but uh, we'll get to that later. The fight continues, and we learn Yuji doesn't fear blades because he could harden his body against steel, but he's like, I shouldn't do it against this opponent because this opponent might
Make mincemeat
end
out of
me.
him.
Yeah, mincemeat. So he's dodging this stuff, and he jumps through a car, and he grabs a knife, and then he does this whole like imbue the knife with cursed energy to fight, but he's not too good at it. So the fight happens. He ends up breaking his sword and the other guy's sword, and then Chozo gets hit by now uh now Yuyo now Yuya Zenin,
Mm-hmm.
and then they start talking about older brothers, and he was like, "There's no point to have older brothers that are feared to younger brothers that should just hang themselves and die." And I'm like, "Dang, that's messed up." And then Chozo kind of gives the analogy of how that he kind of need to be an example, and Naruto, I think he was like the ability of like being out front and like leading people. I was like, oh, this gives me like Naruto vibes. So yeah, and then we find that Chozo's ability allows him to survive massive blood loss as long as he has cursed energy. And this is when we find out now Yo can move at 24 frames per second. So I was like, oh, that's that ability that we saw from that other guy that was fighting with Maki and
Yeah, it sounded familiar. It was just like that sounds like it won't work later on.
yeah, with, with Maki and Nanami. So then he gets Ryuji hits with a final attack, stab through,
His
and
heart.
yeah, and Yuta kills him. So there goes all of Jujutsu Kaisen. Ends right there. No, I'm kidding. But you find out that Jin is Yuji's father and Kaori's his mother, but somehow I believe it's not Kaori. It's whoever took Geto's body.
Mm-hmm.
And we also do a little flashback where Gojo went to Yuta and asked for help to protect the first year and second years, and Yuta can heal. So we find out that he stabbed Yuji and killed Yuji at the same time. So he healed him, and Fushiguro shows up, and Yuji doesn't want to go back to Jujutsu High because he killed people, and then Fushiguro says it's both their fault, and they aren't heroes for justice, but are Jujutsu sorcerers. And Norito Shikamu starts a culling game. So
With so many roles to play.
yeah,
Oh my god, it was just like
yeah, Kamo's that I believe um, inhabited Yuji's mother's body. 'Cause I think she died at some point. I do have the rules for the culling game.
go ahead, go over them.
Yeah. Rule number one: after awakening a curse technique, players must declare their participation in the culling game at a colony of their choice within 19 days. Number two: any player who breaks the previous rule shall be subject to curse technique removal. Number three: non players who enter the colony shall become players at the moment of entry and shall be considered to have declared participation in the culling game. Four, players score points by ending the lives of other players. Five, points are determined by the game master and indicate the value of a player's life. As a general rule, sorcerers are worth 5 points and non-sorcerers are worth 1 point. Six, excluding the point value of a player's own life, players may expend 100 points to negotiate with the game master to add one new rule to the culling game. Four, in accordance with the previous rule, the game master must accept any proposed new rule unless it has a marked and long lasting effect on the culling game. And the last rule, eight, if a player's score remains the same for 19 days, that player shall be subject to curse technique removal. So, a lot to unpack there. Pause it, digest, listen to it. So next chapter, Megami asks Itadori for help in the game and for his sister. And it is confirmed at this point he does have 15 fingers. They come up with a plan to get back to Jujutsu High and contact Tegan to find out how to break Gojo out. And they find out, or someone says the culling game is Jujutsu terrorism. And then this is the part where it might probably broke your heart. You probably cried a little bit. They talk about Nobara. Yes, where is she? And Fushiguro kind of looks all sad. She might be dead. I don't know.
I don't think she's dead. I think she can't. I don't know if they've seen her yet. She might be like in what's it called? Life support,
Could
intensive
be.
care, something. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyhow, so this made me real sad. Maki's alive, but her face is all damaged.
Yo, her face is currently
Her
fucked.
her whole body's damaged. I was like, dang, like they had to burn my girl like that.
They did it, man.
Shoot. Yeah. But they plan to break in like Mahito did. And the remains of his six brothers, of Chojo's six brothers, will be the guy to the warehouse. And 11 years ago, Toji Zenin was part of the attack. So that's when the plan was set in motion. A creature addresses him as, and then says, "My pleasure to meet you guys." And Kenjaku, a sorcerer who was Noritoshi Kimono, is now inhabited by the ghetto. He says that um, two of the people must stay there to guard him. Either Yaki Tsukumo or Yuta, or the death room painting must stay to serve as bodyguards. And Kenjaku intends to force the evolution of humans through Japan, and he wants to do this by merging mankind and Tegan, but it's inefficient to do it one by one. So he wants to merge. He wants to merge them like that,
Mm-hmm.
and so, and also because he didn't fuse with the, well, that's later. I can talk about that later, because he's now like a curse spirit. He's more curse spirit than human being, so it's easy for him to be manipulated by Kamo's curse technique. And
Yeah, and he was
Kenjaku,
like,
yeah,
most likely, if they were to meet face to face, he'd probably get controlled immediately.
yeah. So Kenjaku is the second most powerful barrier user other than Tegan, and Tegan, the Plasma Star, and the the Six Eyes are all connected by fate. And so we find that Kenjaku, he lost twice to the Sorcerer's Six Eyes, and he killed the vessel and the Six Eyes within a month after they were born. So with this, he decides to seal them rather than eradicate them, because only one of them can exist at a time. Uh, can't have two Six Eyes at any given point. And when Toji Zenin was born, he was an anomaly because he escaped cursed energy, and like he broke their fates. And we find out that the culling game is like breaking the body prior to merging. And one of the stipulations is that he can't be the game master. And then Chozo and Yuki decide to stay, and they get the back of the present realm to break out Gojo. So they need the inverted spear of heaven or the black rope. The inverted spear of heaven nullifies, and black rope cancels effects. And then you find out that Gojo destroyed one and did something with the other. And then we find an angel that can extinguish any curse technique. So you find out that Tegan knows her location, tells her where to go, and find the ritual. And it's now November 9th, and sorcerers without curse technique aren't at risk in this game. And everyone's going to receive a Shikigami.
Mm-hmm.
And then Maki wants to go to some workshop. And then we find that Kenji Kakari is like a third year, and he's going to come in to help. So it's coming down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, I mean, we're catching up.
Yeah.
We're
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 chapters away from the current chapter.
to say less, but so it's yeah, it's a lot to unpack. Yeah, Tegan, they his bonds are broken, so it's
Which is
yeah.
cool. Once we catch up, it'll give Irby here some more time to read My Hero.
I read My Hero. My Hero might get the One Piece treatment where I start reading every once in a while.
Damn, I understand. I
Yeah,
understand.
One Piece is boring.
Wow, you're boring.
I know.
Damn.
But I did read some One Piece this week.
Anything exciting?
No, One Piece is never exciting.
Where are you? Are you at Wano or are you at the whole cake arc?
Whole cake. They I just met Sanji's sister and Yanji. He just finished fighting his dad. Uh, Pudding gave him the directions to wherever they had to go, and then I think I ended Jimbei. Jimbei asked for his release or whatever. Where am I? I don't know. Can't remember. It's not that important.
I know where you're at.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So yeah, I don't take notes on it because it's not noteworthy. Um,
Wow, man. Don't talk about it if you're gonna trash it. Jeez.
hey, I got to talk about some hell. But yeah,
My poor
there it
One
goes.
Piece.
It's decent.
My poor,
It's
poor
better
One
than
Piece.
watching. I tell you that much. I feel like I didn't already did 30 episodes
That's
just by
possible.
reading 15 chapters.
That's possible.
Yeah, it's One Piece.
It's because it feel long because it's not
Feel long?
it's not seasonal.
They are long. You talk about episodes?
Mm-hmm.
That's because they are long.
And then you can just and
You
most
got a
you can
you got a
skip like
nine
5 minutes
minute
in.
intro.
Yeah, you can skip like
You got
five
a
minutes
9 minute
in.
intro and a 10-minute outro, and then
10 minute outro.
you got a 4-minute recap.
All right, you're doing too much. That's the whole episode right there.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes an episode.
You're doing too much.
Shoot. But yeah, then we learned a little bit about well, my boy Pickham's got thrown off the, the the thing again, and Charlotte's married the house dude, a fortress fruit guy, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah,
So
that guy.
yeah, she got off that
Beach,
island
veg.
quick. Yeah, she got off there quick and had a baby. The baby got a cigar in the mouth. I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
dude.
Anything excuse me. Anything else noteworthy, Irby?
Anything else noteworthy? Nope. Got nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all. Do do
Alright,
do do
well,
do do.
with that being said, that was this week's installment of Herbal Synergy. Follow us, listen to us, IRBALSINERGY. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You know it, you name it, we're there.
Spotify.
Didn't I say
I
Spotify?
don't know. I wasn't listening.
Damn. Damn.
Hey, it be like that.
Catch you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.